you ever feel alone, completely alone? You don't matter, you're invisible, the world has just gone on without you. And do you ever feel like curling up in a ball and just existing, having no plans, having no dreams, just existing? Hi, my name is Guru Simran, and I work with widows like yourself to build the relationship with your soul, which is where your real strength lies, so that you can access that part of you that's invincible. Now, it's really natural as widows to feel alone. I'm sure we can all agree on that. Everything's changed. We no longer have our partner. Day in and day out, we're mostly alone. At least in my case, I am. Well, did you know that the way you breathe can actually change how you feel? Whether you do feel alone or whether you feel connected deep within yourself. Most everybody breathes shallowly. You breathe from your upper chest. You just like that. It's just a little breath. You might be using 15% of your lungs, just a little upper, and then exhale. Well, if you can remember that your lungs are the biggest organs in your body, and they're there for a reason, to transport oxygen into the blood cells throughout every organ and every part of the body, including of the brain. And when you are feeling something, it's coming from the brain. So what we're going to do is we're going to learn how to breathe from the navel. Not from the upper chest, but from the navel. What does this do? This changes everything in your body. It makes you deep. Think of shallow breath as being shallow, irritable, emotional, maybe even irrational, shallow. Now take a deep breath and imagine that become fulfilled. You become energized. But more importantly, it affects how you feel in here because you are feeding the brain with more oxygen. And when we start to feed the brain with more oxygen, we start to feel connected to something deeper than ourselves. And that is it in a nutshell. We're all alone. We might be having a great social life and having 10 kids and 3 husbands or whatever. We're still alone. And that's why you find people always wanting to do stuff, always wanting to be entertained, always want to be active because they don't know it, but they're afraid to be alone. So when we learn how to deep breathe and we practice it, we start to become fulfilled from the inside out. We don't feel so alone. Yes, we recognize it's a little quiet and we do feel lonely, but it's different. When you start fulfilling your inner self, when you start filling up and filling your whole body with oxygen, it's kind of a meditation and it's very easy to do and it can change your mood within 30 seconds. So let's just begin. Come sitting up straight. I'm going to practice, we'll practice together. Come sitting up straight so your spine is straight. Now, when I said breathing into the navel, put your hands on your navel. Mine has grown considerably since I've been a widow. I need to work on my diet. So put your hands on your navel. Now, imagine a balloon. Everybody's seen a balloon. You blow up a balloon and it expands. We are going to breathe in, imagining we're breathing into our navel like a balloon. So with your back straight, your spine straight, you're going to slowly inhale only through the nose. Inhale slowly on a count of 4, but we're going to go right down into our navel, not our lungs. We're going to inhale and expand, and we're going to have our hands on our tummy so it expands like a balloon. And then we're going to fill up our lungs and then the upper lungs. And that's on a count of 4. And then we're just going to reverse it like a measuring cup. We're going to slowly exhale, exhale, exhale. And the 4th exhale, you're actually pushing your navel in, deflating as all the air goes out. Takes a little practice. Just be patient with yourself. This is actually going to change your brain. You can talk about all kinds of inspiring things. You can learn all kinds of inspiring things, but if you don't practice, if there's not a physiological change in your brain, that inspiration or that moment feeling of upliftment doesn't last. You have to change the brain. You have to change the chemical. You have to allow the glands to secrete, pineal gland, the pituitary gland. So hands on the tummy, close your eyes, and I'm going to count to 4. And that, when I say 1, just visualize the big balloon in your tummy expanding. Let's begin. Close eyes. Inhale. 1, 2, into the navel, into the solar plexus. 3, into the lungs. 4, into the upper lungs. Exhale, upper lungs. 3, the solar plexus. 4, the navel. And you're pushing the navel a little bit with your hands. Okay. So that was our little first experiment. Now we're going to do it for 2 minutes. Close your eyes, hands on the tummy. Begin. Inhale. Expand the tummy. 1, 2, lungs. 3, 4. And exhale, upper lungs. 2, 3, 4. Navel goes in. Inhale. Expand the navel. 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale. 1, 2, 3, 4 at the navel. Push it towards the spine. Inhale, expand the navel. 1, 2, lungs. 3, upper lungs. 4. Exhale. 1, 2, 3, and navel gets pushed towards the spine. 4. Inhale, expand the navel. 1, 2, lungs. 3, upper lungs. 4, and exhale. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Emptying all the air out. Inhale. 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale. 1, 2, 3, 4. Last round. Inhale, expand the tummy. 1, 2, lungs. 3, upper lungs. 4, and hold the breath. And exhale. 1, 2, 3, and 4. And now keep your eyes closed and just relax. Bring your hands just resting on your thighs. Relax your breath with your eyes closed. Just relax a natural breath. Great. Now you can open your eyes. Now what I suggest is that you practice this breath with each and every breath. Not a long, deep one, but actually every time you inhale, you're expanding your tummy a little bit. Every time you exhale, there's a contraction. So you inhale, imagine this whole area of your tummy's a balloon. You inhale and you exhale. This is what we call breathing into the navel. This will change your emotional state. This is actually the proper way to breathe for the body. So the body will take to this. If you've breathed backwards your whole life, which we won't go into, just start practicing this and the body will take to it. Inhale, expand. Exhale, let all the air's out so the tummy goes flat. Inhale, expand. Exhale, flat. Just try to practice that regularly as you're just walking around. Pay attention to your breath. And then a couple of times a day, just do 2 minutes. I have this great little timer. I love it. I don't know, maybe I got it on Amazon, because then I don't have to use my phone. I don't have to bother with that. You just put your 2 minutes in, or your 3 minutes, close your eyes and breathe nice and slowly like we did on a count of 4. Yes, it takes a little bit of effort, but what you get back is a sense of belonging to your own divinity, to your own self. What you get back is feeling fulfilled within yourself. And when you're fulfilled within yourself, you can start giving out. You can't give anything if you don't have a full glass. And most of us are running around saying, can you fill my glass? If I go here, will that glass be filled? No, you fill your own glass. And then you're able to serve and be a reflection of God. Have a great and full day.